Greetings, Internet. Khundes here. This is my Patreon video. I've been making Let's Play series since 2012 in November, where I started with Crusader 2 Sparta, which was a lot of fun and went on for about 150 episodes. And I've since then branched into several other series for Europa Universalis 4 and Crusader 2, along with dipping here and there in other series. There are reasons why I'm on Patreon. Let me say first that I absolutely hate ads, like hate with a passion. Like, I have an ad blocker. If you're watching this and you don't have an ad blocker, you should have an ad blocker. That's how much I hate ads. And there's kind of this problem when you're making YouTube videos, because if you want to make any form of income for your work, you usually need to rely on ads, which, you know, as I said, I hate. And my solution was to use the ads, but as soon as I found out that video ads were so invasive and such garbage, I disabled those because I just didn't want anyone to suffer through them, because I personally hate running into those when I forget the ad blocker or I'm not in public space or anything. So I've decided that no video ads were to be permitted on my series, so I've removed all of those. The others are still there because I figured they're more minor, they're still on the side, and if you go full screen you don't even see them anyway. But at this point, despite all of this, or maybe because of all this, who knows, and also because of how YouTube advertising works, it's been 3 years and I have not made a single cent. Normally this wouldn't be too much of a problem if I was doing it as a hobby. I started that way. I mean, I started as a way to control my Crusader Kings 2 playtime, which was off the charts. I mean, when I started, like when I got really hooked on Crusader Kings 2, like, I'd look at the clock, it'd be 9, I'd be like, okay, 5 more minutes, and then it'd be 3 a.m. before I knew it, and I'm like, ugh. So, I kind of wanted to do YouTube as a way to, first, control display time, and two, maybe, like, have other people enjoy my series, and, you know, it actually worked, because the Sparta series still sees a lot of traffic, which surprises even me. But yeah, so, I started it more for fun, but I still had, like, I bought this headset for YouTube specifically, and I had this kind of humble goal saying that, like, you know, maybe years down the line I'd be actually happy and, you know, I'd have repaid this headset. That was kind of like my humble origin story goal, like, maybe, like, you know, work hard, and then maybe at some point this will be repaid, but it never happened. Like, because of how the ad revenue works, I haven't made a single cent in years of, like, doing these videos. And it's also like, I've seen that ad revenue is actually going down across the board because people have ad blockers, because ads suck. So I'm turning to Patreon in that kind of situation. In part because I still would like to make some form of revenue for all of the hard work I'm putting in those videos, because it's not just a matter of playing the game, you also have to, like, cut the videos, compile them, and then upload them to YouTube, and all of this actually takes up a lot of time that you guys who just enjoy the videos don't actually see. And on the other hand, I actually really enjoy doing this, like, a lot. So much so that I really would like, eventually, to make this full-time. But on a budget of 0 cents, that's just not gonna happen. It's impossible. So I'm turning to Patreon in hopes that you guys actually enjoy my stuff enough to at least help me take steps towards that dream of mine, that goal of mine, which is actually, yes, a dream at this point. I'm hoping to keep making videos and to keep entertaining you guys. And in the short term, your money will not go to waste, because this headset is starting to go out. Like, I sometimes get moments where the sound cuts for no good reason, and I have to play with some of the settings to get it back. So I kind of need to change that. And my gaming computer at this point was bought in 2010 as a really high-end computer. But where we're at this point, the computer is from 2010. And high-end for 2010 is average at this point. I can still run things with pretty high fidelity, but I feel lag, and I'm feeling lag when I'm playing EU4 towards the late game, even at speed 4. And I think that just because the computer is starting to show its age and its inability to keep running the game for too intense, periods of time that the game has because of the processing power. So I want to replace that in the short term. And, of course, eventually build up towards transitioning from a full-time job to making videos being full-time. That's essentially what I'm hoping to get from this Patreon. So, thank you guys for watching the video, for taking the time to actually listen to me. Thank you all of those who wish to donate. It will be very, very appreciated. And thank you everyone who watched my videos and who are fans of my stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be here without you guys enjoying my stuff, I will say. I've been, in my more recent series, I've had people consistently commenting on my progress, and I've just enjoyed this so much. I love the interaction with you guys, and I hope it keeps happening and it happens more and more. I will say that I did some research for how Patreon works. I'm not entirely sure if my goals and my reward tiers are accurate. It might change over time. I'm going to experiment a little. Just bear with me, and thanks again for everything. Khundes out.